Every single strand on this project means a new color join. If you've ever ended up with loose ends everywhere, messy joins that show on the front, or yarn that just doesn't stay put, this video is for you. Today I'm showing you 3 different ways to change colors in crochet so you always know exactly which method to use and when. I wish someone showed me this when I was learning, so today I'm showing you. I'm Ezra from Essie.Crochets. Let's get into it. You'll need your current projects or a practice. What you need? You'll need your current project or a practice swatch, a new color, yarn, scissors, and a yarn needle if weaving. You'll need your current project or a practice swatch, your new color, yarn, scissors, and a yarn needle for weaving in your ends. If you haven't watched my weaving in ends tutorial yet, I'll link it in the description. It goes perfectly with today's video. There are 3 main situations where you'll need to join a new color. At the end of the row, the beginning of a round, and in the middle of your work. Each one has slightly different techniques, so I'll walk you through all 3. This is a project that I've been working on, and I change colors every 2 rows. And that means that I need a new color to join at the end of each row. So I've done this a lot lately, as you can see. Right now I'm at the last stitch and I want to join a new color. So these are also half double crochets. So what I would do is I basically yarn over with my current color, go into the loop, pull over, and I don't finish my stitch in the current color. What I would do otherwise is I grab my new yarn, leave a long tail for weaving in ends later, and I will finish the stitch with the new color instead. So I'm gonna drop my pink, my yarn over, pull through all 3 stitches on my hook, and tug on it a little bit. Right now I have my new color, like the current stitch on my hook is the new color. So I'm gonna chain 1, turn my work, and I'm gonna just continue doing half double stitches like I usually would for like a couple of stitches. And then after that, grab my scissors and leave a long tail to weave in later and just snap the old color. And now the current color that is attached to my projects is the new one. So I just continue working as I usually would until I reach the next color change, which is gonna be in 2 rows. The next project I have here is my beach bag, which is another current whip. I have reached the end of my row and I have this is the last stitch. I do invisible joins, so I already have a tutorial out for that, so be sure to watch that. If you're working in rounds, it keeps your color changes a lot cleaner. So now the current stitch on my hook is in teal. I want this to be white because this is going to be my next color change. So I grab my new yarn and I just put it on the hook and pull through the current stitch. Pull on it a little bit so it hides, and now I am using a chainless double crochets at the beginning, so I pulled my loop a little bit bigger, and I'm just gonna do a chainless double crochet, which I also have a tutorial for on my channel. And now, as you can see, the new stitch is worked in white, and now I'm just gonna keep going with the new color. And if we look close, there is no drop or like change in the colors. It's like the teal is not in the new row basically, so the color changes are consistent if you look through all of the rows that I've currently done, and each row looks exactly the same height. I'm not working in the spiral basically, because that kind of doesn't keep the rows even. And then you just continue crocheting in the rounds with your new color, and when you reach the end you do the same thing. You're gonna do the invisible join and put on your new color and just keep crocheting. So this also works with the chain 3. So let's do that, chain 3. And I'm just gonna keep double crocheting. Since I'm also changing color each 3 rows here in this case, you just cut off the old one when you've done like a couple of stitches and you're golden. Okay, so now we're on to the third way to change colors, which is in the middle of a row instead of the beginning or the end. This is usually gotta be needed if you're working tapestry crochet, because you do a lot of color changes if you're trying to make a drawing basically in crochet. So here I have a swatch of double crochets that I've been working in white, and now I wanna join a new color. So instead of like doing what I did earlier, which is just join a new color, it's gonna kind of like make it slant if I do that. What I do is I pull on the current loop and I put my hook under the front of the front leg of the current loop, and then this one right here, and I pull my new color through those. After I do that, now I drop the white, yarn over, create a double crochet like I would usually, and then when I'm done, tug on the white, and as you can see, now I'm working in the blue color. And if I continue working, it looks seamless. What if I want to change the colors now? I drop the blue and I hold the white, and I do the same thing. Pull on the blue a little bit, find those 2 legs, and yarn over, pull through the white, and then double crochet, and then go back and pull on the blue, and just continue working in the blue, in the white. So I don't cut in this case because you're gonna need this color again when you come back working on the other side. So instead of just cutting and rejoining every single time, I just leave it there. And I'm gonna show you how I work the back side now. Just gonna work until I get to the part where I need to change color, which is gonna be the next stitch. So now I'm on the wrong side, not the right side. So this is my white, I'm just gonna pull it forward like this. Same thing, tug on the current loop, find those legs, put my hook through them, and then I'm gonna pick up the blue, yarn over, pull it through like I did on the right side. And now I'm just gonna double crochet like I normally do, and then I'm gonna tug on the white, and I'm gonna continue double crocheting for the 3 stitches that we've created. And then now I'm at another color change, so I'm gonna do the same thing. Grab the blue, bring it to the right side, pull on the loop, find those 2 stitches, grab my white and yarn over with the white, pull through and double crochet in the next stitch, and then tug on the blue. That's it, nothing fancy. And as you can see, I have changed colors. Let me continue that row real quick so it's easier to see on the right side. And there we go. We changed colors on the right side and on the wrong side, and it's still lining up. If this is making any sense, give this video a like. It really helps me grow and reach more beginners to teach. A few things that made a huge difference for me. Always join in the last stitch of your previous color and when working in rows. It makes the stitches a lot cleaner and your lines will be straight. The next thing is leave at least 6 inches of yarn tail so it's easier to weave in later. I will link that tutorial in the description box below. For rounds specifically, always make sure that you slip stitch and close with your current color before joining your new color. Otherwise your rounds will get, the count will be off and your project is going to start to look uneven. I also have a tutorial for how to do the invisible joining. I will also link this in the description. For tapestry carry, don't pull on your carried yarn too tight, otherwise your fabric will pucker. So when you're pulling on either color, make sure that you're not pulling too tight. Otherwise this is gonna get pulled and your fabric is gonna look a little bit weird. Okay, so from now on, every colorful project you'll make is gonna look so much cleaner and you're gonna know exactly why. If you have a crochet question you want me to cover next, drop it in the comments below. I read every single one. Hit subscribe for more videos like this every Wednesday and Saturday, and I'll see you in the next one.